And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Davey on everything, and welcome back to Everything is Broken. I'm here with my boy Dan3TV.
What up? It's Dan. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in this week. Episode 5's coming at you. Got lots to talk about. Gonna keep it going, and we got some beers on deck, so we're gonna have a good time.
Again, whatever was in my fridge, I got Coors Light on deck.
Yeah.
Because I'm a pussy.
Light beer.
Light beer, motherfucker. But yeah, guys, we're heading into this long weekend. What is this long weekend? It's just a civic
holiday.
Somebody
decided they wanted a holiday.
Yeah, some guy in Parliament one year was like, "Fuck, man, I could use another 100 days. I could use another day off onto my 100 days I already have off."
Something like that.
Because I'm a government leader.
That's right.
Yeah, somebody just wanted a holiday, eh?
100%.
I don't blame them. I love holidays.
Every single year in like school growing up, there was a month. I was like, okay, I got a PA day, I got a holiday.
Yeah.
This day, there's Easter, there's
You could get excited about it. And You
Yeah.
always had days. We had a PA day like once a month, no?
100%.
Maybe was it once a month?
I swear it was like every month there was at least one day off.
I thought so too. I
There's
remember
always one day off.
and I was always caught off guard by them. Like
Yeah.
my mom would tell me like days before, like
Yep.
you got a PA day this week. What?
Yeah.
Because you don't have calendars.
No, exactly.
No one knew dates. You just showed up every day.
To be fair, they gave you that little agenda thing, and it was
Yeah.
like
Was it in there?
it probably was, but
PD
I
days?
never looked at it.
Maybe.
Never looked at it.
I know. I did because we had to get that shit signed sometimes.
For days missed.
No, just for homework. Did I
Homework.
tell that story on the podcast
I don't
already?
think so.
About my mom like signing the whole book?
No.
Fucking, I had this teacher in grade 6 named Miss whatever.
Tell her
I won't say her name.
Yeah.
But she was a bitch.
Oh, shit.
And my mom hated her too. I can contest to that. And she was rude as fuck to me.
Okay.
But she was all about the agenda signing. Like you had to write your homework in the agenda and then take it home and get your parents to sign it.
Right.
And my mom's like a very responsible parent, so she didn't need that shit. She was on me about my homework already.
Right.
So she said, "Fuck that. I'm gonna sign the whole book." And she went through and signed the whole agenda.
Oh shit.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
And the teacher's like, "No, you can't do that." I'm like, "You tell my mom." Like, you tell her.
Yeah.
Not me.
Exactly.
You tell my mom she can't do something, right? And my mom at the time, is very now just like really nice and chilling. And,
Yeah.
But like when it was like us as kids, she was like, oh yeah. So when we were kids, my mom was super protective though.
Yeah.
Like she would go in and fight every battle. Didn't matter, right? If she thought someone was fucking with us, a teacher, an adult, right?
Right. Yeah.
Was fucking with us, she was in there in a heartbeat. Yeah. So what happened was I brought my agenda into Miss whatever, and she was like, no, you can't tell your mom she can't do that. And end of the day, because this at the end of the day, you would get it signed. You'd show her.
Okay.
Went out to the car. My mom was picking me up that day. Tell my mom, hey, she didn't like that you signed the whole book. Okay. My mom goes into the school, chews her up, like eats her alive. My mom did it with her a couple times because she was a dick to me, man.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, one time she was like, I didn't do so well on something. And my brother's a genius.
Okay.
So it was like, and my brother had her too. And she was one time, she's like, honey, I know it's hard living in your brother's shadow. Oh, my mom hated that. My mom killed her. Nearly killed her. Again, had to go in because she held me back to tell me that.
Oh my god.
She kept me like late after class to tell me that my brother is better than me. So my mom was like, fuck you.
Yeah, no shit.
Right? So, but I don't even know how we got into that.
I don't know either.
Oh, PD days.
Yeah, PA days, yeah. Holidays.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a good transition to something I wanted to talk about. I was thinking about this other day, like, you know, obviously when I was growing up, I wasn't intending to do what I do as a job. And I was thinking, like, what did you want to do when you were growing up? Like, early stages all the way to the end of high school. What did you think you were going to be doing?
I remember doing those little books of like the little charts, like when I grow up I want to be this. Right?
Yeah.
One of the first ones I wrote down was firefighter.
Oh, shit.
Right? Because I was like,
It's a classic childhood dream.
When I was a little kid, you see the firefighters go by, and you're like,
yeah.
yo, that's so cool. I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of morphed into, again, still like being in a uniform. And it was like, well, I wanted to be a pilot for the longest time.
Oh, yeah. You were in the
Air Cadets.
Yeah, you were
for
like
the
geared up to
longest
go. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember now. You were
yeah.
like going to apply for the Air Force.
Yep, I did. And had everything all planned out for that. and then the station was on like Duke Street or whatever. It closed down for some reason. I don't think they had the funding to keep that spot open or something.
Shit.
Yeah, which says a lot about like the municipal government like supporting. I'm sorry.
Cadets?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Cadets is actually a good program probably for kids.
Oh yeah.
And they would much rather fund other shit
Probably yeah.
for no reason. Like, that's a good program that teaches responsibility.
Responsibilities and self-discipline is like the main thing that they try to teach you.
Yeah.
But it was getting so soft near the end there. Like they're like, oh, you can't yell at the cadets.
Yeah.
They're making complaints that you're really mean and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, well, if they can't take an order, then I can't help you.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, we're going in the army here.
Exactly.
You gotta follow orders or we all die.
It's supposedly the whole thing was like regular Air Force like translates into this, right? So it's like this is your paramilitary.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted to sign up for. You're
Yeah.
doing all these like FTX exercises and stuff. Like you're going around doing like outside camp, like sleeping in the wilderness, eating those
Right.
like MRE things, like those like meals ready to eat things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
They taste like cardboard. They're awful.
They made you eat that shit?
Oh, yeah.
In preparation to join the Air Force, and then you
100%.
didn't. And then you didn't join the Air Force.
No,
Damn. It's probably hard to get into the Air Force in Canada.
probably yeah. I would assume so.
Even the armed forces, like, we're not at war,
No,
and there's not a whole lot of money to go around. So I think it's probably even kind of hard to get into the Canadian, just the infantry. I bet.
yeah, probably.
Like, you ever see a army recruiter in Canada,
I haven't seen a single one.
like in the mall or something, or at
Never.
school? Never.
Never.
They don't put money into that shit. America, they're ready. As soon as you graduate high school, they got that booth.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right. Hey, son.
You want to see the world?
Yeah. The football graduate that
Yeah.
can't get anywhere, right?
Yeah, you ain't making it, man. You
No.
trust me, son. You're working in the factory. You want
Yeah.
to come join the army?
Well, look at that old the movie that we were talking about earlier, Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
All right, they did Tom Hanks' character goes up, he signs up for the military. Where's he go?
Vietnam, right?
Vietnam, yeah.
I think he got drafted though. No,
I don't think so.
the Vietnam draft.
I think he signed up for it.
He signed up.
Yeah. He's like, you ever think about supporting your country, son? And then that's how it started, right?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He was
He's
probably.
like, I got bit in the butt. He got shot in the ass.
Yeah, and then he showed the president, right?
Yeah.
At the football game or some shit.
Something
No,
like that, yeah.
he was on the college football team because he could run faster than anybody.
Exactly.
And then he just ran right out of the stadium because he was slow, but fast with his feet,
Fast, yeah.
but slow-minded.
That's right.
Poor Forrest.
Poor Forrest.
The love of his life got AIDS and died.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I thought she had the kid.
She had the kid and then she had AIDS.
Oh.
So then that's why she brought him the kid. Because she was about to
Gotcha.
die. Because she slept around a lot.
Yeah.
She was the hippie, right?
Yeah. Go through the love of her life every single 3 times.
Well, yeah. What was her name?
Jenny.
Jen A, yeah. It's only because he had that accent. He's like from Alabama or something,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I don't know what I kind of always wanted to be like a singer or something, I think.
A singer?
Maybe
That'd
a
be cool.
singer or like an athlete, like the classic shit,
Okay,
that
yeah.
unobtainable things.
Yeah.
I can't sing those save my life, but I
No.
did at one point. I could sing very well at one point
Oh, yeah?
until I hit puberty.
Little church singer?
Yeah, no, I never sang in the. I was in the choir for like a day one time.
Okay.
Just wasn't for me.
No.
Standing in a line,
Nah.
and you can't even hear me. I'm a soloist, man. I need to be up front.
You gotta shine.
Gotta shine, my friend.
That's right.
No, but when I was getting out of high school,
Yeah.
I know in high school I wanted to do something with software. Like I wanted to be a programmer or something.
Okay.
But I realized like that's not me either.
No.
Like I can do that stuff if I put my mind to it.
Plug
I'm just
away at a computer desk all day.
yeah, I like to work on the computer, but I don't know, it just wasn't for me, and it just seemed like a lot of people were trying to get into that. I guess
there was a lot of people getting into that.
I guess
for sure.
it pays off now because the whole world is
The whole
tech.
world's kind of, yeah.
But I didn't have the like ability to finish school, like university.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to university for it, and I just didn't have that. I wasn't built for it. So I said, fuck it, I'll take the college version of it. So I took electronics engineering at Conestoga College.
Oh yeah, Coconut College.
At Coconut College, as we call
Yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah.
Any coconut head can get in there. And I dropped out.
Really?
Yeah, I dropped out.
Nice.
Because again, I just wasn't built for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can you see me like it was hard. That shit was
I
hard.
was gonna say it'd probably be a hard.
That
course.
shit was hard. I was falling behind day one.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't want to help you either. Like I had a math teacher who's about 80, 90 years old. And I was like, bro, I can't get into I can't get into the I told him like I can't get into the like the program. You gotta log in and stuff. I can't get in to do the tests and the homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to figure it out. I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, I can't figure it out. Like I can't. And
Sorry
I'm
to tell you, son.
you.
You're wrong. Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
you're out of luck.
Yeah.
So I had to go in there on the weekend and just trying to get logged in because we had like an exam to take. And I was only in the ship for 3 weeks, but we had like some big time test, and I think I probably failed it. And then I was like, oh man, I'm really not cut out for this. And I was like, how the fuck do I tell my parents now? Because
you signed up for everything. You paid the money for it.
I paid for it, so I wasn't like worried about the money. But still, I lost I couldn't get my money back. This is the true story. So I dropped out, and I had to go to this dude that was a teacher.
Yeah.
That was one of my teachers, but also the head of the program.
Right.
I had to go to him and say, hey man, I'm a few days behind on, I can just get my money back. I'm only a few days away from that. Like I missed it, but by 2-3 days. Would you be able to help me? And then he's like, no, just sit down and go to the class. So I take the class and we'll talk after.
Okay.
I sat the whole class and I already dropped out. But he made me sit there and take the whole class. But I was like, I want my $1,800 back.
Yeah.
Which is the cost of one semester.
Yeah.
I want my $1,800 back. But I'm still a very impatient person. So if you fuck around too long, I'm just walking out. So I wait till the end of class, and he was just a cocksucker to me. He was just rude to me, and he wouldn't post date it. All he had to do was post date it like April 18th or whatever, and they would have gave me my $1,800 back. And he would refuse to do it. And I just said, all right, like, see ya. Like, I wanted to tell him to fuck off, but I still had to go to Conestoga College the next semester for something else.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell him to fuck off. I had to just like walk out of there because I didn't need him like fucking
Souring
my
your
life up.
chances Or anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like in another program for dummies like coming up.
Right.
So I was like, I can't get kicked out of the dummy program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have no future at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened. But leaving high school, I had no idea what I was gonna do with my life.
It's funny too because they go through all those like courses and whatnot. They go through like the correspondence tests of like, oh yeah, you like we'll think you'll be good as this person, right? Like what are they called? They're like
aptitude.
Yeah, aptitude test. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was probably rodeo clown or something.
Run around and avoid the bull.
Put these suspenders on and hide inside that barrel and let that bull attack you.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
one sure way to get a few concussions under your belt.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be built for. I could take a hit from a bull a couple times and I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I had no idea what I was gonna do after high school, and I still don't want to do what I want to do with my life, and I'm 30.
But people go through that all the time.
Yeah, it's the existential crisis, you know.
Right?
I had one a while back, a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You sit there and you're like, what am I doing with my life? Blah blah blah, and then it turns into a substantial crisis. Then it turns into a natural crisis.
Next thing you know, you still don't know what you want to do.
Exactly. You just settle
accept
on something. You settle on one thing and you're like, this is good.
This is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But no, you never really wanted to. Did you ever like have any ambition to go to like post-secondary or fuck it? Because I didn't want to.
I didn't want to for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then looking back, I'm like, did I really miss out on anything?
No.
Like, I don't think I did.
No.
Like, I had my entire like college experience, university experience, whatever, just by like being around.
Just show up at the campus.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, all my friends were going to like Laurier or Waterloo or like even like Georgian and Guelph.
Yep.
All those places. And I remember like going out west and stuff, and like that was fun. But like, no, I didn't miss out on anything.
Here's the funny thing is like, so you just from high school you got jobs, right?
Yep.
And like, go on Facebook and see how many people complaining about their university education.
Everybody I know.
And how much money are they making in comparison to you? Not more.
No.
So that's the whole point of going to university or college, right?
That is supposed to be the point. Yeah.
Is you get a good paying job. But like most people came out of it just sour about it with like 50 grand in loans.
Yep.
And you didn't, and you're still making as much money as them, right? That's the thing.
So
I don't think you missed out, man. Like,
dub.
I wish I hadn't gone to college only because like I could have. It was 2 years, plus the dropout year.
Yeah.
That's like 2.5 years. I could have just been ahead in my current career, which I don't like either.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
But it's a good career. So I'm like, I could have been 2.5 years ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had so much fun in college. Like, we had fun when I was in college.
Yeah, we did.
Right? Because I had met people and stuff. And,
Yep.
you know, we had boys from my program and stuff. And we went to the bar a lot because they were always going to the bar too. So it was beneficial. It was a good time still, but a waste of time as far as like education goes. It was a big time waste.
I don't think people realize too is like you don't need to go through that route, and it's so much pressure on you, like from like your guidance counselor, your like your favorite homeroom teacher, or like the principal or whoever it is. Like they push on all these extra schooling like things towards you to keep you in that loop of like, yeah, we need education on this, we need education on this. But meanwhile, it's just like, no, they just want to make you in debt so you have like something to pay back the government to.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like if you want a very specific route, like a specific career, like you have to go to university or whatever. Yeah. Sure. But they also don't tell you like you and 5 million other people are trying to do the same job.
Exactly.
So like if that's your real, are you doing it because it's a good job, or are you doing it because it's something you love?
And it's something safe.
So a lot of the time it's that like,
yeah.
Like, are you taking this job because you think you're going to have success financially? If it's yes, don't do it, because there's, say like engineers, there's all these engineers that are trying to get engineering jobs, and there's lots of them, but there's also way more people. So do you passionately want to be an engineer, or do you just want a good job? Yeah. Because you can get a good job and not go that route. If you don't really care about engineering, let the people that care about it do it. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't think like that.
No, exactly. There's people I work with at the bar that are like in school, and they're like, yeah, I'm going for school for engineering, or like I'm doing this and like entrepreneurship or whatever. I'm just like business. I'm like, yeah, like that sounds cool, but I'll see you in 3 years when it doesn't work out, you know? Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah. I think if I could go back and redo it, I'd probably just like, it's hard to say because I'm at this point now where I'm like want to start my own businesses and stuff. Yeah. But because I have that 10 years of like experience and grinding and just living and stuff like that. But me at 18 just didn't have the, I want to just say, like, I was like selling counterfeit stuff. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was hustling.
I bought stuff from you.
I was in the streets hustling like hats and shit.
That was awesome.
Ray-Bans and Beats by Dr. Dre.
Beats, yeah.
I can say it because the statute of limitations got to be up by now. I'm not going to jail. But I used to sell all kinds. I'm not going to jail anyways. No one gives a fuck. But yeah, I used to try to like. That's actually how I paid for college, was just that selling shit. Because I was working like, say like 20, 30, 40 hours a week as a job, right? But that shit actually just helped. But it was getting too sketchy, and I was meeting so many sketchy people. Yeah, yeah. And then a guy we know, I won't say his name on air, but the guy I know, we got busted for selling the same headphones. Right. And he had to go on house arrest, like ankle monitor and shit. Yeah. From what I hear, from what I remember, like people, OCD's telling me this. Yeah. Because he was like, he knew him too. He knew him like personally. So I was like, oh man. So we just like quickly pushed everything. We sold everything cheap, and then we got out the game. And he wanted to get back in so bad. I'm like, dude, at that point I was like, I got a job now. Like I got a better job and stuff. I can't be selling counterfeit stuff anymore. Yeah. But at 18 I didn't really have the like, I want to say just like confidence and overall like grit to like make a leap, like starting a business. I also like, if you don't know what you want to do with your life, it's pretty hard to start a business. Yeah. 100%. Because you have no idea what you like. Yep. And so I don't think it would have worked for me at 18. I try to keep that in mind all the time, because I think for a good while I kind of fucked with me that, you know, I'm starting all this so late in life, but I'm not really. I'm only 30, but it fucked with me that I spent the last 10 years plumbing when I could have been doing what I wanted to do. But I also, that gave me an avenue, like it gave me an income, and, you know, if I had some other job, I may not be able to have like buy this stuff to do this. Yeah. That's how I try to look at it.
That's fair, yeah.
Because I'm like, if I would have started at 18, who knows where I would have ended up. Yeah. But at least now I can do this and have a lot of security.
I don't know a single 18-year-old that started their own business. I'll put it that way.
No, just on YouTube only. Yeah. Like people like.
And that's with them having like adult management. Right?
It's pretty tough to do, man.
I say adult, but like I mean older adult.
Yeah.
Management.
Like someone.
Yeah, like their like mom or their parents or somebody else like sponsoring them for like something else. Like the old Donald Trump line, right? I got a small loan of $100 million or whatever it is from my father.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing.
No, that's fair. People have rich parents too.
Yeah. Generational wealth. They're born into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Kylie Jenner, right? Look at that. Same thing.
The only thing is, like, I read this quote that someone posted. It's basically like an eat the rich quote.
Eat the rich?
You know, like, people are, like, against the rich and shit.
I've heard that. I don't understand the hate for it.
I think the hate is, like, they don't pay taxes and they're not using their money for good things. And they're buying $500 million super yachts and that they can't get through the channel.
Why is that not a good thing, though?
I think people are just so stuck on, like, they want other people
to be miserable with them.
Yeah, bro, that too.
That's what it looks like.
That too. Yes.
Misery loves company, right?
Like, people are pissed at Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
I understand where they're coming from, though. Like, he has $100-200 billion.
Sure.
But it's hit. So if you look at it like this,
and his wife divorced him, and she got like a fraction of the money, and people were pissed about that.
She got like $80 billion.
Yeah, exactly. Do you hear the words? Billion? Like, come on.
I think, like, if you look, to put it this way, like, if there was no problems in the world, say there's no hunger, no sickness, any of that.
Yep.
Would you care if Jeff Bezos bought a $500 million yacht?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
That's the problem. That's where I'm like, okay, that's when it gets dicey.
Okay.
But people are like, the world's burning, and Jeff Bezos
Why is it up to him to save it?
That's it. That's exactly it.
Right.
That's it. And it's hard to. I'm on that. I'm on that camp.
Side of the fence. Yeah.
But I'm also like, damn, it'd be nice if you just spend some money on the earth too.
They attacked Elon Musk for not being able to like fix hunger or whatever, right? And then what did he do?
He tried.
He tried. He's like, yeah, like, go ahead, make the plan, present the plan to me, and I'll support it. So like, how is he the bad guy?
The shares.
People still hate him.
You know what he? Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
He fully committed to that.
I know.
He said he'd do it.
Yep.
They said this is what it costs. He said, okay, I'm gonna sell $40 billion.
Whatever.
I have $40 billion in Tesla shares.
Yeah.
Or I think it was Tesla shares.
Yeah.
He did it, and he had now he has to pay taxes.
Okay.
People were complaining he doesn't pay taxes.
Yeah.
Because he's rich. Well, when you sell if you sell a stock like that and you don't like properly reinvest it, now you have to pay taxes, capital gains on it, right? You're paying taxes on it. So he paid the taxes now, billions.
Yeah.
Like, say it's 20%.
Yeah.
Taxes of $40 billion.
There you go.
That's a ton of money.
That's a ton of money.
Right into the U.S. government's pockets for no reason, and they're gonna just waste it anyways. So yeah, the people just like to complain and they like the virtue
100%.
signal. That's what
100%.
it is, man. Because what are you doing? Oh, I'm not a billionaire. Yeah. Well, what the fuck are you doing still?
Yeah.
If you expect him to do this much effort with his income, you gotta proportion that down to your income and do that much.
Like the same scales would be like, what charity work are you doing nearby, or like stuff like that, right?
It's I don't have time. I work 8 jobs. No, you don't.
You don't work 8 jobs. There's no way.
This is the thing with
that's not a jab at anybody I know either.
No,
That's just like
no.
In general speaking, like I know there's stay-at-home moms, right?
Yeah,
There's like, okay, you are raising a child. That's a life. That's a job. Good
Absolutely.
job, right?
Yeah.
Or there's like stay-at-home dads, like same thing. Like you're raising somebody else up, teaching them life skills. I get it. But like the people that'll sit there and be like, oh, I'm on welfare.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, do something.
Do something for no reason. Or they're cheating the system. They're like, oh yeah, like I can't work because so and so said mean things to me. That's when I lose it. I'm like,
I can't handle that, man. I can't.
No.
The funny thing is, like, right now is a kind of a hard time to be alive. It's still the best time to be alive in history.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, we're talking like
medical advancement.
Yeah, we're talking about like the last 50 to 100 years.
Yeah.
This is the best time to be alive in history. But if you look at if you scale it down to like 2022, it's a harder year, right? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you can't continue to achieve things and do things and elevate yourself. But people just love that 2022 gives them excuses not to do shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, gas prices are too high. Oh, my employer doesn't pay me enough. Well, guess what?
Upgrade yourself.
Do something, man. Make yourself worth that money. Or guess what? Go out on your own and do something.
Yeah.
And there's some jobs you can't do that. Like, you can't really do that with nursing or something. Like,
no,
there's some jobs
you can't be your own nurse, right?
I guess you could. You can. I guess you can. Because you could go and help elderly people.
Get like your own medical practice?
I think you could just do like you have clients and you help and you go work at like clients' houses, like old people.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Right? People have
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
And I don't know if I guess you have to have some kind of, maybe you have to have some kind of license to do that too.
Liability insurance probably
And
too.
insurance and stuff, but
Yeah.
you could do it. But people just love to have an excuse not to, like right now, there's probably people sitting at home like grateful that times are tough, which sounds bizarre and silly. You're going to think I'm crazy, but it's comfortable because you don't have to like go out and, oh, things are too hard right now. I'll wait 2 years to start what I want to start. Because right now it's not the time. It's too hard right now. Well, guess what? It's always going to be hard. And you think the world's going to get any easier in the next couple years?
No way.
Like,
There's so much talk about like everyone being like, oh, we're in a state of recession right now because of like the dollar being as low as it is, and like they're raising interest rates, blah blah blah, trying to offset inflation.
shit's
US,
always going to
US
be
just
hard.
raised it like 7.75 points
Yeah.
or whatever, like
Yeah.
yesterday or like the day before or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, what does that mean for you? Like your fixed mortgage isn't fixed.
Just run with it, man.
Yeah.
You have to survive anyways. It doesn't matter if that stuff happens because you still have to live.
Yep.
This isn't a video game
No.
where you can just like, oh, fuck, I'll come back to that mission.
Yeah.
You have to face everything that comes at you still.
You can't avoid your problems, and
No.
if you try to, they just like compile.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. People, me, I look at it the other way around. Like, especially like, okay, we live in Canada, which, again, this isn't Canada's finest hour
No.
the last couple years. Not been Canada's finest hour. We have a near dictator, and we've had this pandemic and all this stuff that's happened, and, you know, the inflation and all this stuff.
All the lockdowns.
But this is still like, I've said this like 2 episodes, it's still an amazing place of opportunity. And it's such a great place to live. So, and the opportunities are there. They're not the same as they were
Right.
2 years ago.
There's no way that like me like migrating to another country, like I would never think to like take like a government handout or whatever and be like, yo, like now I need to like become a driver, like Uber drivers and stuff like that, for example. Like anytime I used to take Uber, like
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like what's your story, man? And he's like, oh, I just moved here like a few months ago from like Turkey or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's sick. Like you're already like your English is really good.
Yeah.
Like, he's learning, like he's driving, like supporting a family off of driving, like
Yeah, man.
right?
That's hard. That's
Yeah.
hard.
That's just stuff that you don't normally think about.
No. And funny you mentioned that. I ran into an Uber driver a couple weeks ago. And he was from like India. And he has 2 disabled sons in Canada. And he only drives Uber. Like that's
Wow.
his job. And he's like, I came here. And he's like, the differences between here and India is the work-life culture. Like there's no balance. You work all the time. Everybody's just constantly working for the Canadian dream. And he's like, so if you're good with that, this is the place you can come here. And I damn near teared up listening to this guy's speech. I can't do it justice. But, you know, he's like, you can come here and you can just work and you can build a future for your family. You can build a life for your family. All you have to do is be willing to put in the work. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that
Yeah.
because they just want shit handed to them. Especially people under the age of 30. It's getting scary almost to me. Because people are leaning more and more to like government dependency and socialism, which is not the route. History proves itself. It's not the way to go. And you definitely don't want the government feeding you.
No.
You don't want that. Because once they're feeding you, you're theirs.
Yeah.
So people that want handouts from the government, debt, you know, student loan, pay, like they want the government to pay their student loans off
I've
and all
seen
this
that
stuff.
on Twitter all the time, where it's like people want their
Yeah.
their tuition paid,
Yes.
all like stuff like that.
All I can say is it's a slippery slope.
Very.
Wouldn't you rather just pay it off yourself and have the pride? Oh, I paid for my own
That's what I was
university.
just gonna say. Wouldn't you want like the pride of it? Like, being like
They don't want
hey,
that.
I
People
paid it
really
off.
don't. I don't think people want that, man. People want to just drink Starbucks and make TikToks and just live. And I don't blame them. That sounds okay.
Sounds cool,
It's not-
yeah.
For me, like I have my own version of that lazy life.
Yeah.
That's not that, but it's my own
Yeah.
lazy things
Yeah.
that I think about. Like, man, that would be great if someone could just pay my bills.
I think the American dream has changed, and it used to be like people wanted to have like their own like little like house,
Their own
like,
piece of America.
piece of land, right? Become like a yeah. I was saying like I think like people's idea of the American dream has changed. Like the whole fact of like it used to be like you want to be part of the community, you want to like get like the suburb, you want to have like maybe the SUV,
Yeah.
like little Timmy in the back.
Yeah.
Right.
White picket fence, two kids,
exactly.
and nuclear family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like the American dream for like so many people, and now it's like, it's not. It's changed. It's like nobody I know wants to have kids.
No.
They want to have the sports car.
Yep.
They want to have a condo, and like just go around cruising.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen like more and more people be like.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that's cool, and I support it, but like you're not contributing to like the continuation of like your lineage.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm guilty of it too, right? But like,
yeah. Well,
it happens.
yeah, I agree with that a lot. I think the problem is like, people think they can't buy houses.
Yeah.
Which is the case. Like, it's really hard to buy a house, but you can do it.
Yeah.
B, people know that the world is fucked.
Yeah.
And it's burning.
Yeah.
And do you want to bring kids into that? That's the I think a lot of people are thinking that, and a lot of people just don't want to have kids.
If not now, why that or when? Like that's like the mentality for a lot of people.
Well, it's like, what's the future look like?
I just don't like the pressure.
Yeah, I don't like the pressure either.
Right?
That actually fucked me up for a good while.
Yeah.
When I hit past like
25.
Yeah, like when I was hitting like 27, I was started to feel this pressure to get everything done by 30, like travel the whole world.
Yeah, exactly.
The entire world. I had a house, so that I knocked a couple things off the list, but I was like, oh my god, I'm so far behind in life right now. Like I can't, and I got 2 years to figure this out. That was my mentality, and it actually made me so depressed.
Oh fuck.
And then I realized like, there's no timeline, man.
No.
And the world isn't what it was 50 years ago.
Oh, 100%.
Like our parents' world isn't what it is now. So
yeah.
When you're growing up, you take a lot of advice from your parents and people of their age because they, you see them and they made it.
Yep.
And they're successful, but they're successful in a different time. And my parents worked fucking hard too. Like they didn't have it easy either.
No.
But it's just a different kind of difficulty. And because there was just recessions and,
Wars
economy
going
crashed
on.
in the 80s.
Yep.
And there was wars and, Gulf War and, 9/11, all this stuff happened to them too.
Yeah.
Right? When we were kids and before that, like the economy crashed like in, I don't know, 84, 87 or something, like prime when our parents were coming up.
Yeah.
Right? They're only
that's
20.
When my dad was like coming to like learning everything, right? Like
Yeah.
he came here in 74.
Right.
First world immigrant, right?
So yeah.
You had to learn English too, same thing. Like
Yep.
that's now your second language. And like I don't know if I would be able to do the same thing. Like if I got like told that like my whole family's moving away, okay.
This is the thing, like that you saying that just like sparked something in me because people are bitching and complaining. Oh, I live in America, I live in Canada, I'm so oppressed and things are so hard and there's so much oppression and certain people have so much privilege and the government does this and that and you know what I mean, whatever, all that stuff. But they don't keep in mind that like this is still the best place to grow up. And like you're not oppressed compared to somebody that lives in the Middle East. Mm-hmm. You're not. You're oppressed. Okay, let's say
Asia too, same thing.
Yeah, let's say like now, I'm pro-choice.
Okay.
100% because I'm pro-freedom and I'm pro everyone doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm very pro people being happy and doing what they want, and I'm very anti large government, and I hate the government reaching into my little pockets and it's taking my shit. So when I say like you go have an abortion, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's not for me. It doesn't matter. But that's the current, like that's a form of oppression, I would say, probably, right? You have that oppression here, and then you got all the freedoms in the world. Go to Afghanistan, you can't have an abortion, you can't show your skin, you can't have a career, you can't be educated, you can't be in the room with another man that's not your husband.
I didn't know that.
You can't leave. That's Islam, you know what I mean? Especially in the Middle East, it's more radicalized. So if you want to sit here and complain that you can't have an abortion, like at least I agree, that's a complaint and that's something worth fighting against. But at the same time, you have to put it all into perspective. Like you're bitching and complaining about stuff that other people that's not even their smallest concern.
Yeah.
Their smallest concerns are bigger than that. And they're in way harder situations than you. So when you say when you try to like put yourself in a position of like, oh, I'm so oppressed and my life is so hard and blah blah blah, it's relative to where you live,
100%.
right?
100%.
Because like you could argue that Canada in that circumstance, Canada is less oppressive than the United States, or at least some of the states, right?
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing is like everyone is kind of in their own bubble though, and they think that everything that's going on with them is the worst. But there's people in the world that have a way harder time, man. So you got to just be grateful. Like when people a couple years ago, it was like a trend to disrespect Canada.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago.
Yep.
And that shocked me because I grew up thinking that everybody loved this country and everyone knew how great of a place this was. And people were just shitting on our country, and not for the reasons you would think, right? It's not for like reasons that it was like are relevant to 2022, like the stuff that the government was doing. It was stuff from like previous governments like from 50, 100 years ago. Again, I'm not condoning that stuff. This is the thing. Like I have to constantly give disclaimers because I look at things differently. Like I have some kind of perspective that I'm not trying to just like evil, that's bad. I'm trying to like look at it and give things like have an open perspective and give situations the benefit of the doubt and give context to the times.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Like you got to place yourself in that time frame. Like, was this really bad?
Yeah.
Or was it they tried to do their best for that time frame?
Yeah. So people would shit on Canada for whatever reason from back in the day, and they're not realizing like you're letting the current Canada slip away because you're focused on stuff that happened a long time ago, and bad things are happening now that are slippery slope.
They let it turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah, because and a lot of that too is because they like a couple things that the government does.
Yep.
And they're willing to just give up everything else to get to claim those things. It all comes back to mostly woke shit, man.
Usually.
You know what I mean? It's all woke shit because otherwise who's complaining?
Not many people.
Eventually they cancel. This is what I'm going to say. Eventually the canceler becomes the canceled.
You'd like to hope so.
Every time. Because you set the bar. Every time you cancel someone, you set a bar.
Yeah.
It's almost like when a judge makes sets a legal precedent on something that's never been argued before.
Yeah.
They set that's the bar now. There's no judge, there's not that many judges that would be like, oh, okay, this judge set this precedent. Now I'm going to contradict it. No, that's the precedent now. We're set. That's where we're going with it now. And it's the kind of thing like you get canceled for whatever, anything. Yeah. Now, guess what? If you ever
do it again,
do that or say that as the canceler or anything close, canceled.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're not gonna appreciate it when they come for you, because they will. Everybody eventually will. You know, there's no.
This guy likes hot dogs over sausages.
Yeah,
he's
canceled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing safe.
He puts ketchup on his hot dog. He's canceled.
Yeah, and like that, you can say that's a silly analogy, but it's not really.
It's not far
because
off.
You don't know what's gonna happen in a few years.
Yeah.
Because eventually, it's like you get everything you want.
Yeah.
Eventually,
sure. Perfect world.
Perfect world. The woke get what they want.
Okay.
And censorship happens, and you have to call everyone Zazie or whatever.
Parental free figure.
Yeah, you have to express your gender to everyone you meet. All that stuff, right?
Sure.
Say eventually all that happens.
Okay.
And we all have to just be little mice walking around, right? Nobody is safe at that point. Because most of the people doing that are liars and bullshitters. And they don't really care. They just want to virtue signal. They just want to look better than me.
They want the platform to be up on the soapbox.
It's a soapbox, and it's all bullshit. Yeah. And guess what? Your bullshit, eventually you just like, you slip up. You slip up and you're getting canceled. And guess what? I don't give a fuck because I've been canceled. At that point, I've already canceled. So it doesn't matter. You can come join me. Right?
Yeah.
Also, you can't really cancel a show with 40 viewers.
Us? No way.
I can easily get one more viewer if someone cancels me.
41, right? I'll leave it up on my computer and I'll have it on loop.
Yeah, I'll just play myself, brother.
F5. Yeah.
Can't cancel nobody's.
Refresh.
Not that I'm worried about getting canceled, anyways. Like I don't think we really say anything outrageous.
No.
But I don't know. I think I have a lot of hope that things are going the other way now. Just like even Dave Chappelle, like he's a
Comedy icon.
comedy icon. You see, he just snuck. Like his show got canceled. Do you see that? So they
No.
canceled this one. I think it was I don't know where it was, but they canceled this show because of the woke mob
Right.
called
Yes.
for it to be canceled.
Yes, I did see that. And then like they were like the theater like put out like a thing saying like we're sorry for this.
Yeah,
We're gonna issue refunds. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And I don't even know if it happened or not. But
it
that's,
didn't
that's
happen.
Bullshit.
But you know what did happen?
Ah,
Kevin Hart and Chris Rock had a show.
cool.
I believe at the same venue.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Guess who sneaks in?
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle snuck
No
in,
way.
and he did a set.
Let's go. That's a victory.
Yeah, he just snuck right in. Right, that's an historic event.
That's awesome.
You can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
No
he
way.
just sneaks in.
Yeah.
He'll just sneak in anyways.
What are the odds too? Like imagine you're like the tour manager and like you're just like, okay, we gotta let him in for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Where's the opening? Kevin, go out there and make a distraction.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then who's gonna stop him from coming in?
No.
You think the bouncers are gonna be like, "Oh man, Dave Chappelle, you can't come into this comedy show"?
Yeah,
Huh?"
exactly.
No, they're like, "Brother, come on in, get in there.
Yeah.
I want to see you too."
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Again, like, it's bizarre to me that such a reasonable, rational person like Dave Chappelle, and like he's obviously very like, I want to say like thought out. Like he thinks
Yeah, he
that
thinks
things
out
are
his job,
things
his
he
jokes.
he doesn't just say things, like he has intention. It's crazy that people can like see him and be like, call him like an oppressor or call him a bigot or whatever you want to say, because he's just such a reasonable guy. It seems, anyways.
He had that bio doc like a few years back about like how they were like attacking him for like
Yeah.
everything. They were saying that like what was it? Like the Comedy Network didn't want to play his stuff anymore.
Yeah, they wanted him to
The
tone it
Ali-
down.
Yeah, the Ali G show was like up for like grabs on like not getting renewed anymore.
Yeah.
Stuff like that
Well, Chappelle walked away from $50 million. Like,
from not doing specials.
yeah, not doing the Dave Chappelle show anymore. And it's
Yeah.
like, that was like how many years ago? Imagine what that contract would be worth now.
Yeah.
He walked away from a
Like,
lot.
like maybe 4 years ago.
No, this was like 2007 or something.
Oh, that long.
This is like when the Chappelle show was airing.
Oh, okay.
And they offered him he did 2 seasons and they offered him a renewal. And they offered him $50 million, which in 2006 was like a ridiculous amount of money. And he walked away and he moved to Africa because he just knew show business was just so bad. And, you know, they wanted him. He knew if he took that check, he wouldn't be able to do what he wanted to do, because that was the thing with the Chappelle show. He had creative control first 2 seasons. He said, I'll do this. I just want, like, what I want is what I want. So anyways, that's kind of my rant about the woke and canceled.
Yeah.
That's the kind of topic, like, maybe people will start commenting on now. We don't get many comments except me and you.
Yeah.
Maybe people will comment on it. Like,
Maybe.
you bigot. You piece of shit.
Well, it's all about the hashtags, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. The world's a changing place.
Fubar.
Fubar 2 is one of the funniest movies I ever saw in my entire life.
That's right.
Fucking, let's take a quick 5, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ain't what it used to be. Fuck.
The world ain't what it used to be, fuck.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Fubar 2, it's a classic Canadian movie.
Yeah.
Fubar 1's good too, but Fubar 2,
Redeems the Fubar 1's faults by far.
yeah, I thought Fubar 2 was the best.
Yeah.
Fight me on that if you think it's different.
Okay.
Show up at my house.
I said, did you get pulled into the fact that people are becoming like more and more lazy with ordering their food now?
Oh man, I'm included, I'll be honest. I've
Yeah?
been so good the last few weeks, but there's a time where, yeah, Skip was my homie.
Skip and order DoorDash, and then like Voila is the new one, right? So I keep seeing those trucks. Go
Oh,
around.
Sobeys.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's Sobeys. Yeah, I know. That's kind of handy, actually.
Yeah.
I never got it myself.
We've done it a couple times. Like it's handy, but it's also just like.
How much
rather
did they charge
just
you?
order it.
How much did they charge you?
Like for delivery,
Yeah,
I think it's like $6 to $12 depending.
and like that gives you all your groceries.
Yeah.
That's not the worst because gas is probably cost you $4 or $5.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows where you go, but shit's pricier.
I don't know. For me, it's just like I like going to the grocery store more than I like going to like clothes shopping or something like that. For example, like I'd rather like pick out all the food,
Yeah,
and then I know I have like a freezer full of like meats and stuff like that. Like I can
It's a
just
good
make
feeling.
whatever. Yeah,
I like that too.
yeah.
Go get a bunch of steaks, get some chicken, get some veggies,
Anything, yeah.
get a bunch of stuff, and then you have combinations for days. Big go-to mine is sweet potato fries.
So good.
So good. I make them up all the time.
Yeah.
Bake them up in my oven. I own an oven.
Air fryer?
No, I don't. I never got in the air
Me
fryer.
neither,
Fryer
yeah.
trend.
People wanted the air fryers for like forever. Never got onto it.
No, it was a huge. I think people are still using them, but that was a huge trend. I don't jump on trends generally.
I avoided a lot of the whole air fryer like recipes.
Yeah,
But like part of me is just like, man, like,
you missing out.
am I missing out? I don't know.
It's not that good.
I don't think so.
When people buy shit, they want you to believe that's the best thing.
Same
ever.
thing with like SodaStream.
Yeah,
Like, oh yeah, we made our own. Yes, it's good for you. Like, I don't mind going to like somebody else's house when they have it. But
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't want it myself.
you wouldn't make the sodas up yourself.
No, I would just let it sit there for like
You'd
ever.
collect dust.
Probably.
Yeah, me too.
I do the same thing with my toaster.
You don't use it?
No,
Well, why do you make coffee?
I have regular coffee.
Oh, you make a pot?
Like, yeah,
You make a pot for yourself every day?
not every day.
Whenever you want
Whenever I
some?
want some, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can make 2 cups.
Yeah, exactly.
Slower though.
It is
I had the
slower.
Tassimo when I first got into the coffee game.
Yeah,
I got the Keurig. I've gone through a few Keurigs now.
yeah,
Well, I learned my lesson. Cambridge has the hardest water in the planet.
yeah.
It destroys Keurigs.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, you're supposed to use like filtered water or
Yeah.
whatever. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I bought a Brita though,
Did you?
like a while back, a couple years ago, and it's still in the same filter. Call me gross, but I only use it for coffee, and it says it's still good. You
Okay.
click the button.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're good then.
Yeah, so fuck you guys. Don't judge me for using the same fucking Brita filter.
If
for
this
2
is
years.
good, it's good. Right?
They wouldn't lie to you.
You know what's funny too? I saw they sell life straws at Costco.
Oh yeah, I have a life straw.
Do you?
I bought it on Amazon like 10 years
Actually
ago.
work?
I never used it, man. I was trying to save it for survival.
Oh.
In case the world went to shit. They never did.
You're a doomsday prepper?
I cracked it up. Yeah, me and Nick both made like bug out bags.
Nice.
Like 72-hour bags.
Yeah.
And I bought a life straw and I pulled it out, dusted it off the other day because Caroline told me to put it in the shed
Yeah.
because it was always just around. I put that thing in the shed. So I put it in the shed. I'm like, man, there's my bug out bag. Let me see what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I'm missing a couple things. I had a little fly rod and stuff in there.
Fly
Fishing rod
yeah.
and stuff, but I lost some things and I used some things like the first aid kit. I cut my hand real bad one day, so I cracked that open. And the rope and stuff,
Right.
batteries. Oh, I could use some matches.
Yeah.
Now it's half a kit. Better than people's no kits though.
That's true.
But I'm still convinced the world's probably could potentially just go to shit in the next couple years. So
Get that
it'll be
camper.
handy.
Get that camper.
Yeah, I gotta buy a camper. I got a machete. Yeah, so if the world does go to shit, just make sure that you have the Everything is Broken episodes downloaded on Spotify because the internet's gonna go to, and you're gonna want to have those on deck
That's right.
for your future listenings.
Pleasures.
Put them on repeat
Yeah.
and charge your iPod. You know, you're gonna want that too. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. I'm gonna ask you guys if you could go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
If you haven't done
Comment.
so already, yep.
Yeah, if you haven't already, which is pretty much everybody ever, because we
Yeah.
only got 18
It's true.
subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That would be amazing. Throw a comment on there, man. It takes
Yeah,
2
toss it up.
seconds, and we love to respond.
It's true.
And if you could like the video, give it a thumbs up. That would be really cool too, because all that stuff helps us with the algorithm. And if you could watch more than like 7 minutes, that would also be awesome. Because that would be a game changer. If we could get that retention time up,
Yeah.
it'd be a game changer for us. So, but we do appreciate you guys just coming out and watching, even if it's just a minute. So we do appreciate that.
Exactly. Thanks for coming back at EIV, Everything's Broken podcast.
Yeah.
Got nothing else to say this week, but I mean, let's enjoy a long weekend, everyone. All right, take care.
Take it easy, guys.
Yo.
Big cheese on the side of my jacket. Work hard, I'm changing my bracket. Tough, we ain't hear that racket. Guys came in, you know how to stack it. Take it wrong, but I'ma need my ends though. I got tigers on my chest like Kenzo. Rail came, you ain't quoting that Benz though. Carol's here, man, you know you stay 10 toes. Big stove, man, you know